Okay, welcome back to the next part. I'm happy to introduce Isak Gundrosen, who is a central board member in the Association for Safer Drug Policies, and his girlfriend, now I'm going to try to pronounce your name right, but we talked about it during the break, Natalia Mojzych. They are graphic designers from Alchemist, and they have also made the design for this conference. So give them applause for that already while they come up. Now they will present to us the new campaign, Decriminalize.
Can you hear me? Yeah. I'm Natalia, this is Isak, and we were thinking how to introduce ourselves. And it so happens that just recently we released a video about our company, which was shot while we were working on the Decriminalize campaign. So we hope that this is a good way to sort of get to know us, to hang with us for a minute and to sort of know how we work and sort of understand why for so many years the collaboration between safer drug policies and us has been so successful.
Yeah, we'll just awkwardly stand there and look at ourselves for a minute.
Who is Alchemist to you?
Who is Alchemist? Okay, let's do this introduction. I'm Isak.
I'm Natalia.
And together we run a small design agency here in Oslo. As designer, you're put in a sort of vulnerable position where people expect you to know or to define an answer to visual aesthetics, but in reality there is no right or wrong answer to aesthetics.
I often reflect on my everyday interactions with people or software, and I observe what works, what makes it fun, and why, and try to take the best out of it and use it in my own work.
Our process is very much based on experimentation and having fun and trying to come up with new ways of solving the same problem. Since we are not a big agency, it's just two of us, we're very personally involved with projects, and it's really motivating to help someone come with an idea and help them bring it out to life.
There's probably many stories that tell a story of success and growth and business relationships, and we can choose which stories matter.
Yes, I hope that gave some context around how we work and who we are.
Okay.
Success. Before we get into the Decriminalize campaign, I'm just going to mention another campaign we've done with Vereningen. As mentioned, I am on the board, and we've been working as design partners with the association for many years. This is perhaps the campaign that gained the most attention and traction, both domestic and abroad. And it was a poster series original, giving harm reduction advice, and in an ideal world this would just be common sense, but in the current climate it turned out to be pretty controversial, and luckily that sparked some controversy and opened the discussion on a domestic and international scale. And what started as just a few posters around the city quickly grew as the opposition sort of got angry and annoyed and started spreading like wildfire. And when I saw the posters pop up on the front page of Reddit, I did feel a little bit proud. It's been many times and 100,000 upvotes and thousands of comments, and not everyone agrees, but there's good discussions on the internet. But it also created a bit of pressure, where do we go from here?
The harm reduction campaign was sort of the place that we were at, right? And then the brainstorming sessions with Ina and Dakshin were like, okay, we need to do something, but what should we do next? How can we do something better? How can we do something that will gain equal attention? What should be the message, basically? So we started with some few sketches, few ideas, with some sort of, get some sort of feel of where we want to go with the campaign. And once we sort of landed the idea, we sort of perfected the copywriting. And here, Dakshin, thank you for making sure there's no mistakes in all the languages that we use the posters. And at that point, the number of organizations from the Norwegian drug policy reform community have joined the project as well. And that was the situation when we decided, okay, now we can actually put up the campaign in a number of cities around the country.
Yes, and with everyone joining in, we had more resources, so we could actually engage a photographer this time and not rely on stock photos. We both knew Pernille and thought she was a great photographer. She really captures some raw emotions in her photos, and luckily she agreed to work with us. And here's a little bit behind the scenes of the shoot. So it was pretty rushed days, and we just had to improvise a bit.
Yeah.
So I'm a hand model, and
that's our bedroom, and that's our bed. The poster about Isak is Isak.
And in retrospect, it's pretty fun to see what an aquarium and a straw can become through the lens of a skilled photographer.
So the final posters. I think they're beautiful, they're powerful, they're raw. I think together they tell a story of pain and suffering that the current drug policy is causing every day to so many people. But at the same time, they're creating this authentic, vulnerable, and free feel that is definitely almost impossible to just walk by or ignore. And I think that's why with this campaign we were able to reach the people that we normally are not able to reach because they just don't know enough about the subject, or they simply don't care or don't have any prior knowledge. And I hope that seeing this campaign sort of either force them to actually form an opinion, or at least confront the probably outdated assumptions that they might have had about the current situation. I think that each and every poster can be a beginning of much needed, honest, and insightful conversation. I know that they have definitely been for both of us, and we are still there. We still know a lot about the subject. The campaign is also a website. We've done social media content. We played a little bit with AR, so everything is either in Norwegian or on the English page of Safer Drug Policies.
And as the campaign rolled out, philanthropist Johan Andresen engaged us and helped set up an art exhibition at Shoot Gallery, where all the profits from the sales went back into the campaign. So that helped create a much further reach and engage people that normally wouldn't really pay attention. Yes. And when the government proposed their new drug reform, they actually decided to use the posters on stage. So that gave us hope that all our work and effort would finally pay off, and Norway would be on the forefront of a better drug policy reform. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. The proposal was voted down and did not go into effect. But public perception did change, and the taboo around discussing drugs and rational drug policies has been lifted, and previously silenced voices can now be heard. And we want to give a big thanks to everyone involved that helped with the project, and we will end like we started, with a clear message. Thank you.